playing well. Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye allowing a total of 60 yards in coverage yesterday. Ramsey with a passer rating when targeted of 36.7 and Boye with a 79.2. We'll get a slightly tougher challenge this week, though, especially if Antonio Brown is back in the lineup. The Steelers wideout, who missed 2 games with a calf injury, has been working out with Ocho Cinco and was back at practice today, playing coy about whether or not he'd play this weekend.
We'll see. I'm not trying to measure things and give you guys synopsis of how I'm going to be. If I'm out there, I'm going to get his team all. I'm going to be who I am. I can't change who I am. I'm going to be who I am, my best self. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the team my best foot forward.
Assuming he plays, and Ian Rappaport's reporting that he is expected to be pretty close to 100%. How do you see this matchup going, the Steelers wideouts versus the Jaguars secondary?
I think you kind of can expect the same thing as you did in Week 5. It's going to be tough, especially if Antonio Brown is not 100%, because this Jacksonville secondary is pretty good. A.J. Boye and Jalen Ramsey, those guys are smothering type of cornerbacks, and that's what they've been doing all year. So this Pittsburgh Steelers receiving core is going to have to step their game up even more, especially if Antonio Brown is not 100%. You're going to need to see more Juju Smith-Schuster and also Martavis Bryant playing big football at this time.
Just to remind people, and you're seeing it on your screen, you mentioned that it will be similar to what happened in Week 5.
Yes.
That was an awful game for Ben Roethlisberger. Maybe one of the worst of his entire career. 5 picks, 2 returns for a touchdown. He had a 37.8 passer rating. This was the game in which he kind of questioned whether or not he still had it after the game. So if you think that it's going to go similarly through the year, then how does Pittsburgh deal with that?
Well, you better sit back and you watch that film and you look at your stallion in your backfield, Le'Veon Bell, and you need to make sure he has the ball in his hands at some point in time at the end of the game 30 to 32 times, whether it's passing or rushing the ball. You need to use him heavily, and that way you can keep Big Ben away from tough situations, throwing against that stacked defensive backfield.
Well, because if one thing is certain, the defensive backs that Antonio Brown will be facing this week, they're a little bit better than Ocho Cinco.
Absolutely.
When it comes to playing that position.
Just a little bit. Andy Reid, 1-3 in the playoffs as the Chiefs head coach, taking on Mike Mularkey and the Titans. 3rd and goal here. You may never see this play again. Marcus Mariota is scrambling, desperately trying to make something happen. Still behind the line of scrimmage, catches his own pass and dives in for the touchdown.
Quarterback screen.
Has that ever happened to you, Mike?
No, it's fantastic. Every quarterback wants that to happen. Catch your own touchdown pass? Are you kidding me?
This is in 3D. I mean, it's happened once before in NFL history. And ironically,
he's trying like he just meant
it was Brad Johnson.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Who John Gruden had coached, and he was calling the game, and he texted him during the game. This pass is complete for the touchdown to Eric Decker. Huge catch for him after he dropped one earlier. The Titans get the road win 22-21, and it may very well have saved Mike Mularkey's job. He was asked about it after the game.
Did you feel you were secure no matter what happened in this game?
No, I haven't had any support to say that I was. So, no, I just assumed, the worst. I can say I don't think it's fair to my family. So when it has an effect on my family, it has an effect on me. So, yeah, I'd say it had a big effect on me.
Very candid Mike Mularkey right there. Marcus Mariota, it's really a simple formula. When he runs the ball, the Titans are better. 5 rushes or more, and they're undefeated this year. Everything's better. His passer rating's better. It's all better if you are the Tennessee Titans. By the way, they're also 7-0 when they went for over 100 yards as a team. So it actually seems pretty simple, Willie, and it almost seems like nothing's changed dating back to when you played the Titans in the playoffs back in 2003.
No, it doesn't. You got to stop the running game, and that was Eddie George, and then they had a mobile quarterback, of course, with McNair. And I know the Patriots' big issues this year on defense, not only the mental errors and stuff they faced at the beginning of the year that they seem to clean up a lot, but it's been the ground game. It's been the ground game, but it's also been mobile quarterbacks. So when you take a look at the tape and you watch film, you watch the mobile quarterbacks that they face. Cam Newton right here, getting out of the pocket. It's always about the edge and rush lanes and different things like that, but the Patriots seem to struggle when they played against mobile quarterbacks. So Alex Smith, 2 out of those three games that they played a mobile quarterback that they struggled in, they end up losing. Guys get out of the pocket, they make those plays down the football field. Mariota is no different. You see what he's done the last couple of weeks. When he gets out of the pocket, he energizes his team. He gives them an opportunity. He makes plays with his feet. Forget about what he's doing from the pocket. If he can do that, then they open up plays down the field for him.
I really like what you said about forget about what you're doing from the pocket, because really at this point in the season for the Tennessee Titans, that's where they're going to make their hay. Marcus Mariota has to be involved in the run game heavily. You saw the stat we threw up there. Dan talked about it. 5-0 when he gets more than 5 carries. I mean, he has to get 15 carries in this football game. I think they have to run their entire offense through that. Run pass options. Be creative. Mike Mularkey, I know you got it in you. I've seen you do it before. Just trust that Marcus is healthy enough. This is a one-and-done thing, right? You went out there, you won last week. You got to win against a team that no one gives you a chance to win. Put it on number 8's shoulders. Let the guy go out there and make some plays. He's more than capable of doing it.
And you want to see design runs.
Absolutely. Design runs. Make him a running back in this game. And
well, they were doing that. They were doing that prior to the injury. They had a lot of design runs.
And that's what I'm saying. Now, I think he's healthy enough. What I've seen the last couple of weeks, what I saw last week, he's healthy enough to go out there and move around. And just trust that he's going to be fine. Go out there, let him protect himself. He's played like that his whole career, so he knows what he's doing.
Now, understand, in those defensive meeting rooms in New England, they already have identified what the number 1 issue is. That's the run game.
No doubt.
Henry in the running game had, over 200 yards last week.
Yep.
Mariota has been a problem.
Yep.
The last couple of weeks out of the pocket, they're going to try to take that away and make you beat them with something else. So they need to be prepared. If the running game is not working, what's your plan B?
Yeah, well, no, he does. He absolutely has to win from the pocket. You don't win playoff games if you don't make plays on 3rd down and in the red zone. But he's been good in the red zone, throwing the football in the past and in his entire career. So all you got to do is get there, right? So you're going to have to make some plays, yes, from the pocket. But I think just like what you're saying, when they load the box up, that's when you can pull the ball and throw some quick, do some things that he's very good at and very creative at.
Those guys on the other side of the ball, they can score points, too.
Yeah, you got to do something different, man. You can't be the same old.
The Titans are massive underdogs going into Foxborough.
That means nothing in the playoffs.
They just won their first playoff game in 5,117 days, going back to 2003. We're talking about the last time Willie played them. I didn't throw this out there because I didn't want to give him a big head. 3 sacks in that game.
Only had